After 7 years apart, the wife shows endless longing through a hug, but little Jack is like a surprise pop quiz he's got to fit in with the family. For health, he wears sunglasses and the mask stylish and practical. Reduces bacteria and glare to better adapt to new surroundings. While Jody was away, the family went through a drama, with parents blaming themselves and divorcing. Trying to forget the good old days, they still occasionally connect, but back when they were lovey-dovey, they've definitely lost the spark. Days later, old Nick got nabbed while on the run. After 7 years hidden, the secret's out. Jody, wild, rushes from the hospital. After her observation period, she headed home with her folks, but the news of her rescue spread like wildfire. It was a media frenzy, every paper screaming for the headline like it was. Reporters flooded her house like they were in a stampede, and Jody got swarmed the moment she walked in. It's like they totally forgot about Jack. Talk about a case of headline overload. Jody dashed into the room with Jack in hand. No time for interviews now. She's got to help Jack adjust with his new toys in this new house. Family worked hard to get her toys, making up for past neglect. She stood on the couch, gazing out. The view resembled old Nick's. Grandma brought treats. She carefully accepted a cup of juice, feeling warmed by Grandma's love, just in time for Grandpa to stroll back in. The lawyer who was defending old Nick deemed it entirely unnecessary. It's like a direct clash in family relations. Dinner time arrives, and the tension intensifies. The family tensions begin to bubble up, with Grandpa and Grandma treating Jack like night and day. Grandma dotes on Jack like he's her own, while Grandpa can't even spare him a glance, didn't even say a word when he came back. Subtitles. Jack may not mind it at all, but his mother, Jody, simply can't bear it any longer at this moment. She can't help but say, "Come on, just eat your food. Look at him." Dad, I'm sorry, I just can't wrap my head around it. Honestly, it's less about Grandpa accepting Jack and more about him accepting Jody. The next day, Jody took Jack on a little tour of her room. 7 years have passed, and Jack's feeling a tad gloomy, but this room isn't the same one from his memories. No trace of Jody's life between 17 and 24. Jack asks Mom where Grandpa went and learns he'll be back soon, which bums him out even more. Jody encourages him to go play with some toys and have fun. A bug had a photo of him with high school friends, and now they're all living their dream lives. But he feels like he missed out on 7 years of life, and now that he's out of old Nick's prison, he just needs to adapt to new things. As for Jody, the world isn't just sunshine and rainbows, it's far more complex than it appears. With change and personal collapse, it's way harder for adults to cope with than for kids to adapt to new stuff. Through the reflection of reality and others' perceptions, he realizes his life feels wrecked, and his world has twisted apart. He took the interview voluntarily, craving a bit of attention. Meanwhile, Jody's emotional scars emerged. She'd crack her bedroom door open a bit and leave the cupboard ajar. One day, while Mom was catching some ZS, Jack snapped down the stairs. On his way down, he ran into Grandma's current partner, who pretended not to see Jack, trying to form a bond. Then he hinted at food in the kitchen, and starving Jack bolted in. Grandma's partner whipped up a bowl of porridge, and they chatted about life. He mentioned having a dog in the countryside and promised to show it to Jack sometime. With everyone looking out for Jack, he was growing up happy and healthy, but in unnoticed corners, Jody's condition worsened day by day. Her sleep was terrible at night. Meanwhile, Jack sat nearby, watching old cartoons on. The phone's noise got on Jack's nerves. He snatched the phone away and dragged Jack downstairs to play with toys, even though they weren't his thing. Subtitles. Jody still tore open a bag of toys, persistently begging him to play, but Jack just gave her a dismissive wave. You really have to play something meaningful with Jack. I'm worried he'll get hooked on the phone, but he's doing fine right now. So I'll let him use my phone if you give him yours in return. Subtitles. Grandma advised Jody to be more generous-minded or to simply take a good rest, but Jody insisted that she didn't need any rest at all. Alright, I'm really not in the mood to chat with you right now. Sorry, no, nothing to be sorry for. Let's just see how this goes. Maybe something will click. I've asked you, what's next? Every time you look at me, can you see me? When I look at you, I just see my daughter. You don't need me and you don't recognize who I am. How can you say that? You think you only have one version of you. Life may feel wrecked, but you'll think, What if someone tried to snatch Jack away? Shut up and move along. The current partner tried to calm them, but it just fueled the fire. Grandma hopes Jody focuses on Jack, but Jody retorts, hadn't you taught me kindness, I wouldn't have hated old Nick. With that, Jody stormed out of the living room in anger. Before long, another round of video interviews began, with Jody sporting a light makeup while Jack watched quietly by the window. Grandma reminded him to head downstairs for the interview and told him to remember what Mom said last night. Jody sat in the living room with the interview team, looking lively and ready to greet everyone with her best self. She felt lucky about Jack's birth, believing if it weren't for him, there wouldn't be today's good fortune. However, the next question was a bit sensitive as the host asked if she would talk to Jack about his father once he grew up. Jody firmly replied that Jack is not old Nick's child. He has nothing to do with old Nick at all. The host asked if there's another man in the picture.